Welcome back to the podcast. Today, we are going to talk about why you should ignore the opinions of others so that you can finally have what you've always wanted. If you're new to my channel, welcome. I'm Flora Sage, minimalism mentor, simplification coach, and 7-time author. For over 27 years, I've been helping women like you align into a life and a business that you are wildly obsessed with by helping you clear out the 9 types of clutter, keeping you from a life that you love. What are those 9 types of clutter? They are mental, spiritual, emotional, digital, financial, daily, body, process, and environmental clutter. My YouTube page is where I share my environmental decluttering tips, and here on the podcast, I share with you how to declutter the rest. Please subscribe or follow this feed so you get notified every single time an episode is released. And today we're going to talk about who really cares. That might sound callous, but just hear me out. So recently I was talking with a client of mine, and she was wearing herself out around a really tired, long-standing family dynamic, and not just with her family, but with some of her former friends as well. And she was just obsessed with how she was being perceived by these people. And literally everything from how she dressed to what she was eating, what her weight was, how she did her hair, how she did her makeup. Literally every choice that she was making, she was obsessing about what they might think or how they might perceive her. And again, she was getting so caught up in all of these things that she literally was wearing herself out. And I said to her, "Who cares?" And she was like, "What?" And I said, "These people probably are not thinking of you anyway. Yes, your family might be going, 'Oh, I hope she's doing well,' and her former friends, 'Oh yeah, whatever, c'est la vie.' But I'm just like, most people are so caught up in their own life that they probably don't care what you're wearing or what you had for lunch yesterday or what book you're reading or who you follow on social media." And at first she was like super shocked. She was like, "What?" And I was like, "Yeah, think about how often do you think of your sister's lunch choice? How often do you look at and obsess over what someone else is wearing? Probably not that often, right?" And she was like, "Oh, that's true." And I said, "Do you obsess over how much your friend weighs?" She's like, "No, as long as she's happy. I don't care." Exactly. And when she said that, something clicked. She's like, "Oh, wait a minute, hold up." And she's like, "Why have I been giving so much value and so much, putting so much weight on what these people think of me and what they say?" I said, "This is a question for you to ask yourself." And again, most people are so caught up in their own heads that they're really not truly giving you a second thought. And if they are, they're probably thinking about other stuff instead of what you think they're thinking about. Now, I know this might sound really harsh or really callous, but really ponder this about your life. Now, I also want you to think about if you judge others. That's a whole other podcast episode about judgment and letting other people live their own life and do their own thing and, go to the beat of their own drum. Now, many years ago, after my dad passed away from cancer, I removed myself from my step family's side completely due to just various personal reasons. And when I did this, I got so much hate slung at me from my stepmom, and she was saying all kinds of things, including that I was selfish. And I told her, I said, "You're damn right I'm being selfish. This is my life, and I'm choosing what's healthy for me at this time in my life." And she could agree or not agree, but I'm just like, this is my choice. And this is literally just what type of food you're eating. You could have a steak sandwich or you could have a mushroom burger. And if someone judges you, they don't belong in your circle of influence. I did 3 episodes about this, actually. I did episode 179 about high value versus low value lifestyles and relationships and friendships. I talked about, in episode 180, I talked about your pedigree and how that influences and impacts your life. And then in episode 181, we talk about your friends and your circle of influence and how deeply this impacts your holistic way of living that you have. And all three of those, including this one, is so vitally important for you to really grasp and to really, really link together in your life and really start to look at what type of life that you want. And, during this conversation that we had, she was just, it was like one aha moment after another. And she's like, oh my gosh, like I've literally been putting myself and living under a rock. And this rock was a weight of judgment that I thought my family was going to put on me. And she said, all these years I've been only dressing a certain way around them and only saying a certain thing and acting like everything is all fine and dandy instead of actually saying the things that I truly want to say. And, over the years that we've been working together, this is one of the things that we've been addressing is really speaking her truth and putting up those boundaries and really clearing out that mental, spiritual, and emotional clutter that you have to be able to really step into that version of yourself that is ready to live your life for you and not what you think others want you to do in your own life. Now, I've actually linked the episodes that I just mentioned, episode 179, 180, and 181 in the show notes. And these are truly a key to shifting your mindset into one of self-growth and expansion versus contraction due to limiting yourself because of what someone may or may not think about you and your lifestyle choices. Now, to have the life that you want, to have something new, you have to do something new. So, to help you with this, I've opened up spots in my calendar for complimentary strategy sessions so I can help you sift through all of these things to help you figure out what you want, what you don't want, what's serving you, what's not serving you. And then I'll share with you the resources on how you can get that exact thing in your life. So click the link in the description to book your strategy session, which is complimentary right now. If you found today's episode helpful, please like, subscribe, share with your friends, and leave a review. Your support helps this podcast reach more people looking to declutter their lives and align into a life they are wildly obsessed with. I hope this serves you today, and I will see you in the next episode. Mwah!